See how as soon as why didn't it take 72 hours for the test to come back, right?
Came back after the fight, yeah.
Right. So why didn't come out that Tuesday or that week next? They waited till Canelo fight to push that he had something in his drug. Then once they pushed that, Devin and them was on ESPN that night promoting that he was. It's all in. I'm telling you.
What about your thoughts on Victor Conte?
Right. You better be on that some that shit that Ryan was on.
All right. No, you better be on that. You better be on that.
First, Gervonta Davis comes off defending Ryan Garcia because he doesn't like Devin Haney. I mean, Gervonta Davis been putting out tweets blaming Victor Conte, bringing Eddie Hearn, saying Eddie Hearn's a snake in a suit, you know, the whole 9 yards. Anyway, his explanation did not make sense. He was basically saying that those guys were framing Ryan on that PED test. Then he goes on, Gillian Wallow, and slips up and spills the beans. He really believes that Ryan Garcia is on PEDs or was on PEDs because he told Frank Martin, the only way you're going to beat me is taking the same stuff that Ryan was taking during the Haney fight. You cannot make this up. Tank is doing everything in his power to sell the fight, to surpass Ryan Garcia's numbers, which came out today, the 500,000 pay-per-view buys. He even said him and Errol Spence are not friends anymore. They're beefing. I just got one question for Tank Davis. Is Ryan Garcia guilty or not? Because 1 minute you're defending him, and the next minute you're calling him Dirty Ryan.
Kind of look like you carried him though.
What did you think about that fight in terms of you fighting Canelo? Did you see opportunity for yourself?
Oh, definitely.
What kind?
A lot.
We whoop his feet, right? Like Kendra said, we whoop his feet.
You had to see the fight, but Canelo did good, McGee did good. It was a good fight.
Terence Crawford says Canelo and McGee put on a good fight. But with that being said, he said he saw some in the ring, a couple of things in the ring that he can exploit. And he might get his chance, but Prince Turki Alalshikh reveals plans to book a Canelo Alvarez-Crawford fight late December or January. Now, a lot of diehard Canelo fans are mad at Terence Crawford wanting to challenge Canelo Alvarez. And me, myself, I'd rather see Canelo and Benavidez, but I'm not going to condemn Terence Crawford for wanting to challenge Canelo Alvarez. I heard some things in the comment section about him ducking Jerron Boots Ennis, ducking Virgil Ortiz, and fighting Majumov, who has 11 fights. But these are the same guys that want David Benavidez to fight David Morrell. And how many fights David Morrell has? He has 10 fights. He doesn't have a title. Majumov is a world champion, a WBA world champion, undefeated. And you can tell they're casuals because they know how good Majumov is. Majumov is a good fighter. Just because he's not a household name casuals does not mean he's not a good fighter. And when you talk about Jerron Boots Ennis, he had 2 opportunities to fight Terence Crawford. Even his dad said they turned the offer down. Now, Virgil Ortiz, the Golden Boy team, decided to go the WBA route and got out the WBO route, which Virgil Ortiz was the #1 contender. Could have petitioned to be the mandatory. They decided to go the WBA route. And of course, Virgil Ortiz is a warrior, so I know he would have took the fight. But Oscar De La Hoya and the management team decided to go a different direction. So did Jerron Boots Ennis and his management team. He would have took the fight, but his management team wanted to go a different direction than with the IBF route. After Terence Crawford became undisputed and he was locked into a rematch, that's when Jerron Boots Ennis started calling Terence Crawford out because he knew the fight could not be made. Crawford was locked in to the Spence rematch, so he couldn't fight anybody, and that's why he was stripped. Now, when it comes to Canelo and Crawford being made in December or January, Crawford has to get past Majumov, and that's not going to be easy. Don't count your chickens until they're hatched. And then, if Crawford gets past Majumov and the Crawford versus Canelo fight becomes official in December or January, will he still have his fight in September or Mexican's Independence Day weekend? I think the days of Canelo fighting 3 times a year is over. So it's going to be very interesting what Canelo does with the schedule if he accepts the fight. Anyway, what are your thoughts on Prince Turki Alalshikh being more fascinated with the Crawford versus Canelo fight than the Benavidez-Canelo fight. Because it seems right now he's not really interested in the Canelo-Benavidez fight, or is he not interested in the price tag? The price tag of $150 million or $200 million. And if this fight takes place, would you be excited for it? Me, myself, I'm on the fence. Leave your thoughts in comments below. Let's try to keep it boxing. No pro-black comments, no pro-Mexican comments, no pro-white comments. This is not the Million Man March. This is a boxing channel. So let's keep it pro-boxing. Jay Beezy, I'm gone.